next 30 minutes. Sorry, we started a little bit late. I want to apologize again for the issues of life that happened. Wow. See what God is doing. See what God is doing. Wow. Please, can you honor yourself? Appreciate yourself. I'm saying Pastor Samuel. I'm saying barrister. Can you honor something like this person? I'm glad that you came. Alright, so I'm going to do an introduction this evening. Briefly. That knowing of the news of God in this season. I have to start somewhere. A lot of people think that the glory of God is just one intangible token of His presence. Others think that the glory of God is just restricted to the manifestation of His presence. But the glory of God is far much more than just the manifestation of His presence. The glory of God can be seen. It's not just an intangible substance. Bible says Solomon in all his glory. Solomon, King Solomon, and he's just a type of the glory of God. And Joseph told his siblings, go fetch my father and tell him of my glory in Egypt. And now go fetch my father and tell him of my glory in Egypt. And for him to make his father know is not terms of the moonlight. He gave, Bible says, when his siblings went up and told Jacob of the glory of his son in Egypt, it was still looking like fairy tale. And they showed him the royal chariots of Egypt. But they were talking about the glory. It looked like fun. But when he saw, if we only talk about the glory of God, this generation will not pay attention. Joseph wanted to move from the place of dryness, from the place of desolation, but known and they are known. Joseph knew words alone will not bring Jacob. While in a day words alone will not make the nations to come into Zion. There is the move of God, the glory of God. Follow me. Now, we are not men that are just serious for God, trying to make His glory to be made manifest. God made an oath. A day will come when His glory, the knowledge of His glory, will cover the earth as the waters cover the seas. Now we need to ask ourselves, what was in His mind when He made that statement? It will help us understand what the glory of God is and He's talking about. Turn it to our security. Numbers 14 verse 21. Edekia kaburusi denia kabaya. Elenia kaburusi denia kabaya. Sorry, we think the picture will come up at home. Numbers 14. So if you don't have your Bibles, you have the Bible app on your phone. You will need to look into somebody's Bible. I know you must have expected that they will be screen. We have very sorry for that. Numbers 14. But this is the new church. We are doing our best. But it will get what? Better. We get it. Numbers 14. And about the again in Yakabaya. Listen. All the nations of the earth have departed from God. All of them were worshiping idols. All of them were speaking strange altars. It was as though the absence of God was so present upon the earth. That men forgot God. And God made contact with a man. His name is Abraham. And God said to him, by you, I'm going to reveal my glory to the ends of the earth. And for God to let Abraham know he was not joking, God willed the earth to Abraham. But God wanted to use a physical land as a type of what he was going to do to the nations of the earth. And he promised him the Canaan land. The Canaan land was a land idol worshippers and all kinds of beings that didn't care about God dwelt in. And their wickedness was rising. But God told Abraham, wait, when the completeness of the wickedness of this land is full, I will begin to reveal my glory. Because it was a type of what God was going to do to all the other nations of the earth. Listen. Because if you understand what I'm about to share, then you can understand what the glory of God is. These guys came to the borders of that land after about 430 years. And these guys said it's not possible for the glory of God to be revealed in this land. They said the stronghold in this land, the giants in this land, the strange altars in this land, the demons in this land, the way above the force of God in subduing this land and revealing himself to the nations from this land. These guys turned back. God got almost angry and said he was going to wipe out the whole of Israel and start up again with Moses. And Moses said, if the nations hear of it, they will see your dead in. That's why you slaughter them. God said, no problem, I have heard. But all these guys that rebelled against me, they are not going to come. But I make an oath here that my glory will not only be revealed in this Canaan land, but my glory will fill the earth. As the waters cover this. Have you understood the background of Numbers 14? This was the first time God made that statement. After what happened, the Haggai made it. Let's go to Numbers 14. Then we will ask ourselves, what glory was God trying to reveal in that land? Because it will show us the type of glory God wanted to reveal or wants to reveal to the nations of the earth. Numbers 14. My focus this weekend is to show you the promise, the strategy, and the technology of God in this greater glory. But tonight, we may look at just the promise because of time. There is a promise of the greater glory. And that's what we are looking at. Numbers 14. Look at verse 21. You were growing up and they say the glory of God will fill the earth as the waters cover the sea. You never asked them, what is this glory? So I will be able to identify it when it starts happening. So I can also be a participator and a carrier of this glory. Numbers 14, because of time. Look at verse 21. After verse 19, let's look at verse 19. Pardon the iniquity of these people, I pray, according to the greatness of the mercy. Just as you have forgiven these people from Egypt, if not till now. Then the Lord said, I have pardoned according to your word. But truly, surely, as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. Why God made this statement is that these people told him his glory cannot be revealed in this land. So he wanted to let them know it will not only be in this land, it's going to cover the ends of the earth. For God to ensure that the people know that his oath and his surety, his promise was sure. After years, Haggai made again that declaration. Go to Haggai chapter 2, verse 14. Haggai 2, verse 14. Thank you, Father. Are you there? Haggai chapter 2. Can somebody help me read it? Haggai 2, verse 14. Let's be sure it's in your own Bible. Haggai 2, verse 14. Is anybody there already? You are giving him mic. So, mixing up the scripture. Vision before Habakkuk 2:14. Sorry, Habakkuk 2:14. Habakkuk. So let me just read about it. For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters do what? Now, what is glory and what is the glory of God? Let me know. When you talk about the glory of God or the glory of royalty, you are talking about their excellence. You are talking about their wisdom. You are talking about their civilization. You are talking about their minds. You are talking about their technology. You are talking about their economy. Like the glory of the Elizabeth. You could see that glory. The glory of the kingdom of UK. Some of you never knew what that glory was if Queen Elizabeth died. And you realize that that woman is King of Kings. You saw how royalties were humbled. It was an honor for them to be invited. Even if it meant being breathed in a box. They've been uploading clips of this, the daughter of the glory of that royalty. Charles, when he was small, when he was growing up, and that whole family, the ethics, the civilization, the mind, the economy, the technology, that thing that makes every one of you, most of you, because there are some of us, that you can't just, take out of our place quickly because you are trying to bring a debt of traveling to UK to stay. That thing, that if they threw the visa of UK on your laps now, you already be in London and you call your parents if someone walks into this place and says there is visa, if you leave here to go back home to tell your parents you missed it, but if you choose to move from here to Cambridge, move from here. What are we going to tell our parents? When we are there, we'll do video call. They will know we are safe. We will do video call. That thing that wants you or you feel is going to be a privilege for you to glory of UK. Say something. I'm going to beat this land. I'm going to reveal my glory through this land, that this land will become the desire of nations. And one day Jesus, speaking to the Samaritans, told them salvation is about the Jews. Any nation that wants to know the civilization of God, any nation that wants to know the economy of God, any nation that wants to know the technology of God, he said it's from the Jews. Did you get into this point? When God said he wants to with his glory, God has done it with the land as a shadow. And God's going to do it over the nations of the earth as the substance. Now the question is, how do we know that the timing of that promise is near? Because some things are going to show us. So it says Solomon in all his glory. He said the greater than Solomon is here. Don't expect that greater than Solomon is here, that the glory will not be a surpassing glory of that of Solomon. What it means is that everything Solomon had, yes, plus. If it's going to be a surpassing glory, it's like saying you have a better covenant, established on better promises. Then it means every good thing in the former covenant plus. So God made that oath on that day. It's not going to only be this land. Now, did God finally reveal his glory for that land? Did God finally reveal his glory in the promised land, in Canaan land? Did he? Did he? Are you very sure he revealed his glory in that Canaan land? Why are you not sure? Did he reveal his glory? Yes! He subdued the nations. He subdued the people. He subdued the mountains. He did not absent because of your presence in Jerusalem. Kings come with presence. There was something about the capital city named Jerusalem. And any time that they took them captive and they returned, if they start rebuilding, once they start nearing the city of Jerusalem, there will be a decree. If you allow these guys to rebuild this city, know for certain all the creatures round about are going to start paying tribute to them. The kings of the earth knew there was something about this land. Till date, a wilderness land is a citadel of excellence. Is a citadel of technology, is a citadel of inventions, is a citadel of civilization. I was just coming out from my pastor with my pastor yesterday. We talked into like after 12, Reverend David Willie in Oka, in a sit out when we were eating. He said something to me that he's still wondering how marriages of the Jews last much more than marriages of Christians. He's still wondering why the businesses of the Jews prosper much more than the businesses of Christians. He's still wondering why that 7 candle-like nations is as though his light beams over the nations. And nations take them serious much more than the holy nation called the church. Yet, Bible Because God's people have not been taught what the glory of God is. Hebrews 4 made a statement. No man has, no house has greater glory than the man that built it. I don't measure the glory of a man because of his suit. I don't measure the glory of a man. I want to see the expressions that has come from him and the dimensions of the expressions of glory. If it is 60, then the man's glory should be like 70, 80. For the man who builds the house is greater in glory than the house. Somebody dresses in the house, walks into this place, and you are despising the person through the service, and the person is about to walk away, and someone he said, just come, can you just see off at the gate? And he sees you, and you sees him off, and comes to his car, and you saw the get to your car, maybe pissed outside. You won't know when you move from to side. That's what happened to the woman of Samaria in the well. He was just talking with Jesus anyhow. But when the Bible said this was the beginning of the revealing of his glory in Canaan. When he did one or two, the man said, it seems as though you are a prophet. Then he did one or two. He said, hey, this is more than a prophet. This is what the Messiah. He went back to the city and gathered all men back to him. Before he thought he was a racist. And God said, in the last days, I'm going to reveal my glory that the nations of the earth will submit. But we've not been taught what that glory is. We are only talking. Only talking. Only talking. Isaiah 52 verse 7. Isaiah 52 verse 7. Makapatia kabaya. Edeveshia kabaratu vesia kabaratu kabaratu kabaya. Eleti kabaratu ve. The glory of the King. The glory of God. Look at verse 7. Please look at it. We are trying to establish the principle of the promise this night. By tomorrow, we will look at how beautiful upon the mountains. These mountains is our King sits in Zion. He is already our King. The shout of a king is in our midst. But they are mountains. They are nations. They are lands. His glory has not been revealed to you. When God revealed his glory to Israel, remember he revealed the whole earth to Abraham. He had divided the nations of the earth. You divided according to the numbers of the children of Israel. For Israel is your own heritage. They are your own portion in the land. But Israel was glowing in that glory and forgot the intent for which that glory was revealed amongst them. And Jesus made a statement and said, we put the kingdom on you, but you are not bearing fruit worthy of the kingdom. We are going to take it from you and give it to another that will bear the fruit, because the intent of God was still the intent of God of a glory in a piece of land. Please Adam there, but expected that Adam duplicates that same glory to the ends of the earth. Duplicate that same excellence, that that same civilization, that same technology, that same economy, not just in Eden, to the ends of the earth. Adam failed. Darkness covered the earth. It's as though everybody forgot God. So God picked another man named Abraham and said, I'm going to do this same mandate I gave to Adam through you. And promise him a piece of land that he's going to subdue and give to him and reveal his glory, reveal his excellence, reveal his might, reveal his civilization, and through that piece of land multiply it to the ends of the earth. Now, when they grew and prospered, they called others dogs. They called others second-class citizens. They forgot the original reason why that glory was first of all revealed in their land. God said, I'm going to take it again and I'm going to give it to other people. So, if we only shake on the anointing of the Spirit and feel good in our inside and say, see glory, we've not captured the original mind of the one that put his glory on you. Let's read that scripture first. Isaiah 52 verse 7. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him who bring his glories, who proclaim peace, who bring glad tidings of good things, who proclaim salvation. Do you know what is salvation? Total deliverance, total restoration, total recovery upon the mountains. Who now says to Zion, your king reigns? The dock of the glory of your king is extended to those mountains. They move into the mountains. The activities is done. They return back to Zion and tell Zion, your king. Now, the question I want to answer will end for today is, how do we know that the day of that promise has come? He told me he was going to wait till the wickedness of the people is complete. That the day he will do it is when the wickedness of the people is complete. It was a time. Don't go to Isaiah. Chapter 60. Isaiah chapter 60. Time is almost up. From his mouth. Talking about greater glory. There's going to be three major waves: the early rain, the latter rain, and the compound rain. Tomorrow we are going to look at all that. But look at Isaiah 60 from verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. We've not taught people what this glory is, because this glory that is about to alight upon us is not about us, but that the nations of the earth may be filled with the knowledge, with the excellence of this glory. God put that glory first on Adam. Adam misbehaved and fell short of. The messed up didn't rise up to the responsibility. God now put that glory again upon the people. We must know exactly what that glory is. He said, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. Look at verse 2. Can we do it together? I want to go. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and deep darkness the people. But the Lord will do what? Arise over you, and his glory will be what? Is seen. It's like when that he was carrying the glory, but they didn't see. But one day, Moses came down and they saw the glory. The disciples had been moving around with Jesus. Some of them even thought he was just one of those guys. There was a day his glory was revealed and they saw. That was they fell before. We are moving about as sons of glory, but nobody is taking notice. Nations are not taking notice because there is a glory that ought to be seen. Just now, if you understand this, nations shall come to the civilization, to the wisdom, to the technology of that glory. Kings, why are they coming? Because they know imagine this glory will reform their land. Let me read that last scripture of this. That one, Isaiah prophesied it, Micaiah prophesied it. For God to say is a short thing. Isaiah chapter 2. But Mark, God said the day